Today we're going to go over some ways to use 到底. Let's first go over the characters individually, 到 and 底. 到 means to arrive. For example, you could say 我到了, which means I'm here or I've arrived. And 底, I don't think is usually used by itself, but the dictionary definition is bottom. A similar looking and sounding word is 低 with the first tone, which means low. Take some time to notice the difference between these two characters. One part is exactly the same, but the difference is the main radical for each character. So going back to our character, 底, I think you'll usually hear it as 底下, which means under or beneath. So 床底下 would mean under the bed. And a full sentence could be 床底下什么都没有, which means there's nothing under the bed. And if we put our definitions together, this would mean to arrive at the bottom. But it doesn't mean you've hit rock bottom, it's more getting to the bottom of something. But it doesn't have to be some big mystery, it could just be something simple. For example, 你到底去不去 is asking, are you going or not? Now we could ask the same thing by asking, 你去不去? This would be just asking for an answer and nothing more. Whereas if we use 到底, 你到底去不去? There's more of a story to it now. 到底 is stronger, it has a bit more emotion to it, so there has to be some kind of context to it. For example, if there is someone who's being indecisive of whether they're going somewhere or not, you could use 到底 to show your frustration and get a clear answer from that person. The dictionary definitions are to the end or when all is said and done, but this is more the sense of how 到底 is used. A more practical translation could be the word exactly, or you might not even have to translate it. You can get the idea across using the tone of your voice. The example we just saw follows this pattern. 你到底 verb 不 verb means are you going to verb or not? Again, we use 到底 to show some emotion to try to get a clear answer from the other side. 你到底吃不吃? Are you going to eat it or not? 你到底吃不吃? 你到底帮不帮我? Are you going to help me or not? 你到底帮不帮我? Another pattern is using 到底 plus a question word. I noticed that when we use who, what, where, and when, the question word is usually at the end of the sentence. For example, in 他到底是谁? The question word 谁 is at the end of the sentence. And when we use why or how, the question word is usually pretty close to 到底. In 你到底为什么那么做? The question word 为什么 is pretty close to 到底. For these next examples, you'll see how 到底 can be translated to exactly. And I've also included a context for each of these sentences since 到底 does show a bit of emotion. 你到底在哪里? 你到底在哪里? 你到底想吃什么? 你到底想吃什么? 他们是到底怎么进来的? 他们是到底怎么进来的?